I was just sent this news article and I wanted to share it with you. I am Danelle, and I just wanted to talk about the whole UFO agenda, as it definitely is in the forefront of what is being pushed on the news and in the media outlets. And if you don't believe that all of the media is propaganda, then you're being duped, because all of this is propaganda. So in this article, which is published by Fox News, they try to talk about this leader, John Winthrop, and they say that he had identified some UFOs in 1639. It's so funny, this story. Winthrop's sensational account of a great light in the night was witnessed by a group of sober, discreet, and credible persons. I mean, I don't think these people were any of these things, sober, discreet, or credible. I was reading a bit about Winthrop, John Winthrop, and, he was basically the guy who made Massachusetts as big and successful as it was. He was credited with basically starting everything there and being a leader, and he ended up being the governor, and is given credit to this whole area of Massachusetts. Now, I went and looked up who he was related to, because I just don't believe that any of the stuff that we grow up with. We were growing up with, these pilgrims were so good. I mean, we were like, these are our founding fathers, and these, let's dress up as pilgrims and let's celebrate these people. Well, from my own research that I've done, most of the people that founded this country were Freemasons, which translates to Luciferian, and they were all in the club together, and they took credit for establishing all these big cities and building all of these things, when I don't believe it. I believe that literally Freemasons built nothing but a bunch of stories and took credit for things that they didn't build. So, let's take a look at all who he's related to. I believe all of the famous people. I did this with the railroad here on the West Coast and looked up who owned it, and couldn't believe the people that he's related to. These people are all related to royalty. Okay, it goes back to Europe, and they're trying to divide and conquer the people, because we have been granted certain rights. They've dumbed us down so that we can't even discern or understand the rights that we do have. And now they're trying to get us all to agree to the beast system, which the one world government, which I don't want any part of. But just to show you who this guy is related to, and how this is just one little person in history, and who they're related to. Oh, big surprise, a serial killer, devil in the White City, Dr. H.H. Holmes. It was literally this guy's 8th great-grandson. So, we got some authors here. John Kerry was related to him. An astronaut. We got a Olympian. Christopher Reeves. Sir George Downing. Abigail Smith Adams, who was related, so she's related because she was married to John Adams. Oh, 3rd great-grandson, yeah. So then, of course, John Quincy Adams, another author, more politicians, governor, another author, Admiral, Amelia Earhart. Then we got actresses, more politicians, David Crosby, Bill Gates. Oh my gosh. Tom Selleck, William Hoskins. I'm not even sure who that is, but another author. Charlie Munger. I will have to look who that is. Vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway. I bet he's somehow owns everything. Somehow. Lucia Chase, co-founder of the American Ballet Theater. Dick Van Dyke, Janis Joplin, Chevy Chase, Snowden. Oh my gosh. Do you see that all these people, they're all actors. They're all actors and the world is a stage. I bet this guy is just playing his part. He had to expose and be the whistleblower so that we would hate our government and they could take down our country. Sarah Ferguson, of course, she's the Duchess of York. Another actor, Scott Foley, James Taylor, and the most recent two that I am familiar with, Kristen Wiig. I didn't know she was related to the Aristocracy, but of course they all are, right? And Post Malone. Wow, no wonder. No wonder, okay, because this guy is completely talentless. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys. Oh, and this is one thing about this guy, John Winthrop's sighting of this UFO back in the 1600s. So what he claimed it was this bright light that was shooting across the water. And when it would shoot across the water, it looked and took the form of a swine. So these people did an art installation. You can look it up. It's called John Winthrop's UFO art. And it is the most hideous wooden cutout of a swine, a pig. And this is in Salem, Massachusetts. Okay, so right where all the witch. I bet this guy was probably the first witch family that came over and was starting it all there. So, I mean, this is just like funny. Oh, this is funny. They think we're all pigs. They think we're all swine. And, of course, he sees this vision of a light in the sky that looks like a swine. And it's so ridiculous. This is just what they're trying to push on us. Their storylines. But you know what? I don't believe it anymore. I don't believe it because you people could have created a better world for everybody. And yet you created a world that would ruin our towns. You created systems and corporations that would make everything worse and create pollution and create waste. And it didn't need to be done like that, like they created our whole society over 100 years ago, back in the 1800s. They were all set up to run different industries, and each industry was built so that it would utilize the other, and they would all make money. Okay, this was a planned culture. Our whole country was planned. And it's just time to step out of it and be separate and come up with our own systems that is not a part of this aristocratic, Luciferian, disgusting bloodlines. I don't want to be a part of it anymore, and the Lord has already blessed me with being able to come out away from it and be separate. And I just know that if we as Christians would come together and we would turn from this, then turn from our wicked ways and seek the Lord, that he would heal our land. So that's my prayer today. And my prayer for you guys is that you could come out of it as well. And that God would heal all of us and heal all the things that the enemy has been trying to do to destroy us. So thanks for tuning in.